Could be, but here's the shocker. I think I've found the true riff torch carriers of today, and it's probably not a band you know. Let's be clear, Metallica earned their place. They took Sabbath's heaviness and sped it up, made it global, and gave us some of the most iconic riffs in history. Master of Puppets, Enter Sandman, Creeping Death, riffs that defined generations. They carried the flame with sheer power and made heavy music bigger than anyone thought was possible. Here's where it gets interesting. Along comes a new band, three sisters from Mexico who aren't just playing heavy music, they're writing riffs that really feel alive, urgent, and raw. Their songs have that same spark that the old heavy metal bands had in the early 80s, riffs that hit you in the gut, riffs that feel dangerous, riffs that make you want to turn up the volume and shake the walls. But they don't sound like those old bands, they sound new. And the band I'm talking about now is called The Warning. Metallica are still giants, of course, but their riffs today feel a bit polished, a bit safe, and a bit warmed over. The Warning sounds hungry, like they've got something to prove. Like the hunger is the essence of what they're doing. The band is just a powerhouse, and they're very inventive. Now, the question is, who's riffing harder today? The legends of the past, like Metallica, Judas Priest is still out there, or the newbies that are coming up that are trying to rewrite the rules? For right now, my vote goes to bands like The Warning, who have an edge. But what do you actually think? So I'm not saying that The Warning is a better band than Metallica, or Judas Priest, or Black Sabbath. But what I am saying, The Warning, along with a couple other bands that I had planned to do videos about in the future, seems to be pointing toward a future incarnation of heavy music. And the best part about this, as far as I'm concerned, are the riffs. So what riffs am I talking about exactly? Well, here are some of the songs off of the latest album called Keep Me Fed that have really incredible riffs. There's a song called Sick, one called Sharks, one called More, and one called Automatic Sun, and each one of those songs features incredible riffing. There are also songs from the past discography of the band, like Evolve or Disciple or Choke, that also have great riffs. So be sure to check some of these out and come back and let me know what you think of them. Now keep in mind that when you first hear a new band, if you haven't heard them before, you're going to have to overcome a little bit of resistance, so don't make a snap judgment. The riffs these days in newer, kind of heavier bands are buried more in the mix than they used to be. So if you're an old school listener, you need to listen deep, get to the riffs sometimes, but once you get a hold of it, you can really follow the song. You can see the song really is riff-based heavy music. It just has a really glossy veneer and a shiny polish over it. These are the production style these days. But in the meantime, you can check out this band and get a real sense for the return of the heavy riff. MusicGuru here, asking you to help us on our march to 10,000 subscribers.